What is up, fans? What is up, followers? Welcome to the Third Bowl. I'm your host, Devin Welsh, and in today's show, we're going to be talking about and breaking down Week 4 of the USFL. We're going to dive into a little bit of the action. I'm going to share some highlights from the games, and then, of course, I will be providing my Week 4 USFL Power Rankings. I'm going to break down the games starting with the Saturday games, then Sunday. Let's get into it. All right, so Week 4 started with the showdown between the Houston Gamblers, 1-2 Houston Gamblers, and the 1-2 Philadelphia Stars. This was the morning game on Saturday. The Gamblers won 41, Stars 16. Here are some notes on the game. Money Mark Thompson filling in for TJ Pledger, injured, out for the game this week for the Houston Gamblers. This guy, hat trick. He scored 3 touchdowns in the game. Wide receiver number 81, Kiki Chisholm. I love his name. I just love his name. I just love saying that. Kiki Chisholm. He scored 2 touchdowns, right? He caught 1 touchdown. And the second touchdown, he caught a ball that fumbled into the end zone. Kenji Bahar, I believe, was running towards the end zone. He fumbled into the end zone. Kiki fell on it, scored his second touchdown of the day. Kenji Bahar's looking good. He's looking good. I love it. Here's some notes for the Stars. The worst running team in the league. The second worst defense in the league. Kukas, he looked erratic. He needed help. And this is definitely the worst team in the league right now. All right, so the Saturday night game for Week 4 of the USFL was between the Memphis Showboats, the 0-3 Memphis Showboats, and the 2-1 Michigan Panthers. And guess what? The Showboats won. They got their first win. I mean, it has to be against my team, but they got their first win. I'm happy for that. That's good football right there. The Showboats scored 29 to the Panthers 10. Now I'm going to get into some notes and my thoughts about this game. So the Panthers are still alternating between Josh Love and Carson Strong at quarterback. I don't understand the point of that. I'm not at practice, so I can't see these quarterbacks as much as I'd like to, obviously. But from what I see, right, from what I've seen over the last 4 weeks, to me, Carson Strong and Josh Love are almost the exact same quarterback. And, I keep hearing these TV announcers talk about the upside of Carson Strong. What upside? I haven't seen any upside. I know last week, not this past week, but the week before, Carson was the one that did throw the touchdown. But Josh does seem like he is QB1. It seems like he does have a better click, a better rhythm with the team. Until they figure that out, I don't know what's going to happen. With that being said, Stevie Scott and Reggie Corbin are still top running backs in the league, in my opinion. In this game, Stevie Scott showcased his power running and his speed. Reggie was struggling a little bit, but it happens, Joe Thomas came up big, but he did have another fumble. He's been fumbling a lot. I believe that's his second fumble this season. And overall, this team is pretty turnover prone. I don't understand it. They definitely need to clean that up moving forward. So for the Boats, Cole Kelly is definitely QB1. That 6'7" monster is QB1 for the team. That defense forced 4 turnovers, 2 interceptions, and 2 fumbles, one of them for a touchdown. And the O-line and D-line looked good against the Panthers. We'll see how they fare next week. So the third game of the weekend, Sunday morning, it was a showdown between the 3-0 New Orleans Breakers and the 2-1 New Jersey Generals. And the Breakers came out with the win, 20 to the New Jersey Generals 17. It was a very good game. It came down right till the end. It was must-see football for the USFL. And if you're just a football fan, right? Let's get into it. First note from the game. Lots of penalties in the game from both teams. Numerous. It was the most penalized game all weekend. Huge, right? So for the Breakers, this offense runs through Wes Hills. Wes Hills is a man. He is a man. That man knows how to run. He knows how to catch. He knows how to score. That's the bottom line, right? He is a ball carrier. He is a pass catcher out of the backfield. Another multi-touchdown performance from him. MBT, McLeod Bethel Thompson. playing at a high level. Definitely QB1 in all of the league, in my opinion. I know he has over 1,000 yards in only 4 games. Over 1,000 yards in the league in 4 games. Leading the league in passing yards. All right. Sage Surratt, he had 2 offensive pass interference calls and 2 drops. Definitely uncharacteristic for him to operate like that. Definitely want to see that cleaned up next week. But the whole team is filled with weapons. This wide receiver core is Sage Surratt, Adams, Anderson, Morris, and West Hills. Best team in the league. Right. For the Generals, DeAndre Johnson is QB1 for the team. He definitely extends plays with his legs. It's amazing. It's fun to watch, fun to see. Good football. He plays good football, right? That's why we're watching it, right? Great rushing attack with Darius Victor and Trey Williams. Darius is one of my favorite backs in the league. Always fun to watch him play. Offense lost a little juice after Victor fumbled in the first half. But the Generals' defense is strong. They were able to maintain West Hills on the ground. He had about 2 yards per carry. Where the Breakers did the most damage was West Hills out of the backfield, catching the ball. All right, last game of week 4 was Sunday night. This game was between the Birmingham Stallions, the 2-1 Birmingham Stallions, and the 1-2 Pittsburgh Maulers. Stallions ended up on top, 24 to the Maulers 20. Let's get into some notes and break down the game a little bit. For the Maulers, Troy Williams, the quarterback for the team, number 11, I believe, either number 10 or 11. Oh, man. Anyway, he put the team on his back. He definitely put the team on his back. He was QB1 and RB1 for his team the few times they did run. Because listen to this. In the first 20 minutes of the game, he had 21 pass attempts. They decided, you know what? Run game, not working today. We're going to pass the ball. They have Troy Williams as the QB1, RB1. They have this big old dude, Groshek, out of Wisconsin. Big old running back. He's a man. Just like West Hills, he's a man. Right? But he's not that fast, so it's kind of hard for him to get going. And they have Mondre London, but I don't really know what happened with him this game. Anyway, their D-line is a force to be reckoned with, though. Stopped the run and definitely forced Magoo to throw 2 interceptions in this game. It was fun to watch. Maulers almost pulled it off. But Magoo pulled it off more. Alex Magoo, number 2, QB1 for the Stallions with Jamar Smith going down in the first game of the season. He's such a dynamic quarterback when he's calm, when he's cool, when he's collected. You can see when he gets agitated, when he gets flustered, he's forcing himself out of the pocket when it's not designed that way, right? That's when the mistakes happen. Once he calms down, gets into his rhythm, he's great, right? He led the league through the first 3 weeks, he led the league in passing completion and pass rating. So please keep that in mind when you're talking about Alex Magoo, all right? Sternberger only had 1 catch in the game. He wasn't even targeted until I think the 4th quarter. That definitely needs to change next week. He is a great weapon for Magoo when he's rolling out, trying to get some extra yardage. And last note, I have to mention this. Deon Kane with another house call. That's 2 on the year. Another house call. Special teams player of the week. Can I hear it for Deon Kane? The moment you've all been waiting for. My week 4 USFL power rankings. At the top, as you can see, we got the Breakers. MBT, Hills, and that offensive line are firing on all cylinders. Sage Surratt and company, best wide receiver core in the league, in my opinion. This team dominates the time of possession in every single game they play. Like I said earlier, MBT, that's the quarterback, McLeod Bethel Thompson. He's got over 1,000 yards already. And West Hills has 8 touchdowns in 3 games. And next week, they could be 5-0 because they face off against the Memphis Showboats. At number 2, we got the Birmingham Stallions. Like I said earlier, Magoo was leading the league in passer rating and completion percent up through week 3. When he stays cool, calm, and collected, he is a great quarterback. I think he plays his best when he's doing his play action rollout passes, when he's jumping off his back foot, letting it rip, but he needs to stay cool, calm, and collected. Like I said, when he plays like that, everything is great for him. Davion Davis is wide receiver 1 for the team, and he's a great substitute for Myron Mitchell, who injured his foot earlier in the season. I believe it was the first game. And CJ Marable and Zaquandre White are playing great for running back 1 and 2, considering both is out on IR. So this team is doing great. Both of these two teams, the Breakers and the Stallions, are number 1 and number 2 in the South. Number 3 in my power rankings, we got the Generals. DeAndre Johnson showcased his QB1 talent. Darius Victor is a unique running back. I tweeted this and he retweeted me. I loved it. But he's a unique running back. He welcomes that contact. He brings it out. He wants it. But he also has the speed to rip off a quick 30 right off your left side. In 4th, I have the Houston Gamblers. Kenji Bahar, he's been improving from week to week. I like watching him play. I think he was on the Ravens back in 2021, if my memory serves me correct. I think he started one game. I believe so. So it's always fun to watch him. This offense exploded the past week. Over 400 yards of total offense. Mark Thompson, like I said earlier, the hat trick, 3 rushing touchdowns on the day. Now, Mark Thompson and TJ Pledger, when he gets back on that field, that duo is going to be sick. I can't wait to see that. But you know what I really want to see? I want to see this Gamblers take this into next week when they face the Stallions, right? In 5th, we got the Maulers. Troy Williams, like I said earlier, QB1 and RB1 on the team. It's fun, but it's dangerous. If he goes down, what's going to happen, right? Also, worth noting, only 2 offensive touchdowns in the last 4 weeks. That's not good. Also, Blewett, the kicker, he's made 9 field goals in the last 2 weeks. So, if they're not punching in the end zone, they're going to at least get some field goals because that kicker can kick. I wouldn't be surprised if he's playing in the NFL at some point. We shall see. In 6th, we got the Showboats. I know they got their first win of the season this past week with the Jolly Green Giant quarterback, Cole Kelly. But this was the worst defense in the league, and they looked great against the Panthers. So that doesn't really bode too well for my 7th team, the Panthers. Josh Love's week 1 performance, that historical performance, I remember it, but it's a distant memory at this point. And this revolving door of the same quarterback, just, like the Wish version versus the Amazon version, Carson Strong and Josh Love, they need to figure out what's going on. There's multiple games with multiple turnovers. And it's just, considering this is my team, it's not fun to watch that happen every week. I have no answers for them at this point. And last but not least, my worst team in the league at this point, we have the Philadelphia Stars. Case Cookus needs some help. It's the worst O-line in the league, the most sacked quarterback in the league, 4+ sacks in each game over the last 4 weeks. Worst rushing team in the league, the 2nd worst defense in the league. The cook is locked in Hell's Kitchen at this point. Gordon Ramsay is his headshot. All right, that's going to wrap up today's show. My power rankings for week 4 of the USFL. Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to tune in this weekend for USFL week 5 and the XFL championship game between my team, the DC Defenders, and the Arlington Renegades. Now, of course, I have to share. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share with your friends. Adios.